If you haven't heard by now because you were busy taking some standardized tests for grad school or you just don't live in the US, then I'll break the news to you. Charlie Kirk has died. And if you don't know anything about Charlie Kirk, he's a far right YouTuber that debates college students on topics like abortion, immigration, women's rights, and LGBTQ policy. He is against all of those, by the way. He's the same man that said Taylor Swift shouldn't focus on her career anymore. She should just get married, be a submissive housewife, and give birth to a lot of children. But anyway, he was shot during a college debate when he was siding with gun laws and trying to put the blame of mass shootings on transgender people. He was shot by a cis man, by the way. So no one mourns the wicked, right? Wrong, because tell me why I opened up my Instagram stories and I saw so many people from school posting so much wrong stuff. After I tapped to the Instagram story post, I had completely lost faith in humanity. So, first on the list, that's the top dumbest thing I saw, was one. Charlie had a family. I feel so bad for him. You guys want empathy? Where was all this outrage when queer people were getting shot and killed at gay clubs? What about when Native American actor Jonathan Joss was shot right outside of his own home by his homophobic neighbor? On the first day of Pride Month, too. Where was this energy when Palestinian families were being bombed and tortured? They still are. What about the parents of elementary school kids that were begging for assault rifles to be banned? You know those people all have families too, right? Plus, it's really weird and metanormative to only feel bad for someone's death because they had a family. Like, what? People don't have families, somehow have lives that don't matter as much? That is such a weird conclusion to come to. Very odd thing to say. That's like if a celebrity died and I was like, no, but they had a house. Like, see, that's weird and implies that homeless people matter less. Number two on the list, I feel bad for Charlie's wife and kids. They're gonna be fine. Charlie's net worth is $12 million. His family will be able to live very comfortably for the rest of their life. But financial issues aside, Charlie's daughter is 3 and his son is a 1-year-old. They probably don't even know that he's dead, and honestly, if the mom really wants to protect their feelings, she can just tell him that he left them or he's on a really long trip instead of saying that he died, and then she could tell them the truth whenever they're older. Speaking of the wife, she'll get over it. She knew what she was getting into whenever she married him. Maybe she'll be able to ignore her feelings the same way she ignores all the people that are dying in Gaza. Number 3. I didn't agree with Charlie Kirk's political views, but no one should be shot over having a voice. Stop infantilizing him. Charlie's not a child that just voices opinion like, oh, I think pineapple belongs on pizza and then got shot. No, he's someone that has said verbatim, I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect other God-given rights. So alright, Charlie, you brought this upon yourself. Even in the video where he was getting shot, he was still defending assault rifle laws and blaming shootings on trans people, like I said earlier. So he never truly cared about people. And if you're gonna watch the video of him getting shot because you don't trust me, just trust me on it, because I do want to say that video is graphic and it shows a lot of blood gushing out of his throat. It's probably going to be in your mind for the next several hours, so tread carefully. Number 4. Violence is not the answer. Y'all, Charlie has been violent for his entire career. He said that if his daughter was 10 years old and became pregnant from rape, he would still force her to give birth to the rapist baby. How can someone even fantasize about torturing their own daughter like that? That is extremely violent. Every single thing that Charlie has ever gotten popular for saying has been violent. It's violent to drag people out of their new homes and put them into detention camps just because their papers aren't processed yet. It's violent to be okay with robbing people of their tax money to send over to Israel so they could rape, torture, starve, and bomb people in Palestine. It's violent for him to laugh about the genocide that's happening in Palestine. Like, where is your outrage on that? Why do you only care about violence when it's something happening to a white man? Because if you're thinking that the way the world is reacting to Charlie Kirk's death is cruel, then imagine how Palestinians feel about the world ignoring their people being put through a genocide. Honestly, this selective empathy, it just shocks me. Like, I thought people would have been cheering and happy that someone with such harmful ideology is gone from the world. This is like removing cancer from the world, yet people are sad. People are praying for him, and they're pointing fingers and saying that anyone that doesn't have empathy for him is wrong. And that just tells me all I need to know about how they would have reacted if this was Nazi Germany. They would have been like, no, Hitler died. He might not have good ideals, but he was a politician doing good for Germany. That is exactly how they sound. Charlie, he got off lucky. He didn't get brutally raped before dying. He didn't starve. He didn't see his entire family and friends die. Because that's what happens in Palestine. So, how lucky Charlie was to be able to die such a quick death. Not everyone gets to have that type of death. So, if you are still somehow empathizing for Charlie, you should be grateful that he was taken out with such grace. He was very considerate and decided to just take Charlie out sniper style. I'm sure he studied how to be very accurate with his aim. He did that in one go. No one else got injured. He had to be a professional. But anyway, before I get too carried away, that's the top 4 dumbest things I've heard after Charlie Kirk's death. What are some things that you've heard after he died? Comment down below. I'm open to hearing funny things as well, since I've seen quite a few funny things that have just made me laugh. Anyway, please subscribe if you like content like this. I post a variety of content, including politics, film commentary, LGBTQ education, and I've just recently moved from TikTok to YouTube, so I really appreciate all the support that I can get. I hope you'll have a nice rest of your week, and I'm sure the week will be nice because y'all just have really good news of this. So, yeah, bye.